For rookies and vets, with the Chicago Bears and Baltimore Ravens, training camp is underway. The teams reported early because they'll be playing in the Hall of Fame game. But the competition is not far behind, and in some cases, rookies have begun to report elsewhere. As a result, we checked in with some of CBS local sports reporters and anchors. Don Bell from Philadelphia, Steve Burton from Boston, Mark Rosen from Minneapolis, and Bill Jones from Dallas. They were asked to tackle 4 questions, beginning with what is the biggest question their team needs answered in training camp.
The health of Carson Wentz. Last year, he was the MVP of the league when he tore his knee in L.A. against the Rams. What is his health? Will he be ready for opening night? That is a big question mark facing the Eagles. If he's ready to roll, watch out.
Who is Tom Brady going to throw to in the receiving corps? We all know who the tight end is Rob Gronkowski, but now that Danny Amendola is gone, now that Julian Edelman is going to miss the first 4 games of the season, no Brandon Cooks, who is Tom Brady's go-to guy when it comes to throwing the football other than the tight end? Could it be Chris Hogan?
When you invest as heavily as they have in the new quarterback, you got to make sure that Kirk Cousins is kept upright. So I think the #1 question mark going in would have to be their offensive line and the health of Dalvin Cook, who returns at running back.
Who's going to catch the 130 or so passes that Des Bryant and Jason Witten caught last year? Allen Hurns is probably the leading candidate to offset the loss of Bryant the most, but rookie 3rd-round draft pick Michael Gallup is going to get every opportunity to compete for a big role in this offense.
Next up, what their team's outlooks are for the upcoming season.
The Eagles want to repeat. Yes, I know. They just won their first ever Super Bowl championship, but now they want to be greedy and they want to do it again.
The outlook is always the same. Super Bowl or bust. Expectations are just as high as they were a year ago. All the Patriots do when they get rid of guys, they just reload. And so the expectations are always sky high when you have Bill Belichick and Tom Brady at the forefront.
This team is coming off a 13-3 year. They have the #1 rated defense in the NFL. They averaged, I think, 15 points a game giving up last year. I think the ceiling is extremely high for this football team, and they've been building towards it. They fell short, obviously, last year, but they feel they are very Super Bowl worthy right now.
Now chasing the Super Bowl champ Eagles in their own division. No one is picking the Cowboys to even win the NFC East, much less do anything in the postseason. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys surprise the preseason prognosticators this year. I'm saying 10-6 for the Cowboys.
Our fellas teams are loaded with playmakers, so their response to what player they are most excited to see on the field may catch you by surprise, especially since one pick is not even on the team. At least not yet.
Cornerback Sidney Jones. They drafted him in the 2nd round a year ago. He had a ruptured Achilles tendon, did not play very well, or a lot, I should say, in year 1. Pretty much was a red shirt year for him, but he has first-round talent, has Pro Bowl ability. Love to see him on the field.
How about running back Sony Michel? Here's a guy who's as quick as a hiccup. Patriots are known for throwing the football, but how about having a well-balanced attack? Michel can hurt you out of the backfield catching the ball. He can hurt you running the ball, and they open up some holes for him. He can go the distance.
The obvious answer would be Kirk Cousins, since they invested $84 million guaranteed to have him pick up where Case Keenum left off last year. But I think the player that fans are just as excited to see is the return of Dalvin Cook. It was it's like getting a #1 draft pick back, honestly, because Cook only played 4 games last year before he tore his ACL, and he was having an outstanding rookie year.
I'm most excited to see Earl Thomas in Cowboys training camp. I believe that's the missing ingredient on this defense, and I think the Cowboys need to do what they can to pull off a trade with the Seahawks and get him in Oxnard.
Bill Jones making a pitch to another Jones there. Our final question, who do they have in the Super Bowl?
If you're going to put me on the spot, how about the Eagles and Patriots again for the 3rd time? I like the Eagles' chances.
The Patriots? And is there really anybody else? Just kidding. I'm expecting the Patriots against the Green Bay Packers.
Viking fans have been waiting since 1977 to return. They've knocked on the door how many times now? The obvious answer would be Minnesota has to be there. If not this year, when? Whenever. So I would pick Minnesota and Jacksonville.
As long as they have Brady, I'm picking the Patriots, and I think it's just wide open in the NFC. Popular pick this year might be the Rams or the Vikings. My pre-training camp Super Bowl pick is Brady and the Patriots versus Rodgers and the Packers.
Speaking of Super Bowl 53, It will be at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Atlanta Falcons, on February 3rd, and it's televised by CBS. Matt Uris for CBS Local Sports.